Chapter 10. A shocking scream jolted me awake. I jumped to my feet. It was still dark, and whatever had made the noise was close by. The scream came again, and I twitched and turned in a circle. There was no pain or no fear in the cry. I could tell that, but I did not know what kind of animal might make a noise like that. Another sound came, hard and loud, like a dog letting out a single bark. But this was no dog. I needed to learn what was making this sound, so I shook myself and padded off into the dark to find out. I slowed as my ears told me I was close, but the breeze was flowing away from me and I couldn't smell what I was approaching. Then I saw it in the moonlight, something that looked like a large dog sitting on a boulder. Its mouth yawned open and a shrieking call filled the night. But this animal was not a dog, not quite. It did not smell exactly like a dog, and its ears were odd and pointed, and its tail was heavy and bushy. That not quite a dog whirled and stared at me. I felt the fur rise on the back of my neck. This animal reminded me of squirrels. Squirrels did not live in homes or wear collars or go on walks. They were wild. This animal was wild too. What did it think of me? A good dog who lived with people. It must be jealous of me, I decided. The strange creature leaped silently to the ground and dashed off into the trees. I watched it go. What other creatures were waiting out there in the dark forest? I went back to my rock and slept some more. In the morning when I woke, I was worried, hungry, and a little afraid. I knew I was being a good dog to go home, but the path I had been following did not lead directly there. If I stayed on the path, I would not go straight to Lucas. If I left it, I would have to walk over rocks or push my way through plants and bushes. It just seemed easier to stay on the trail, but I felt anxious about it. I hoped Lucas would not think I was a bad dog. After a time, the trail began to slant downhill, and the smell of people drifted to my nose. These people were not Lucas or Mom, but I wanted to be nearer to them. I was lonely out here, with no people of any kind. Now I heard the voices of two boys. I turned in their direction. When I came over the top of a small rise, I saw the boys standing by a wide, shallow stream. One of them bent and skimmed a rock over the water. It hit the surface and bounced several times. "That's 5," the second boy called out. He was wearing a sort of sack on his back. Lucas sometimes wore a sack like that when he said school and left the house, and I had to do no barks. Sackboy threw a stone, too, and then he straightened up and saw me. "Hey, a dog!" He slapped his legs. Sometimes people did that when they wanted a dog to move closer to them. I was happy to oblige. I sniffed at the hand Sackboy held out to me. He was not Lucas. He was older and taller, and his voice was deeper. But he was friendly. Soon both boys were patting me and talking to me. "How are you, girl, huh?" Sackboy asked. "What are you doing way out here? Are you lost?" I sniffed his hands carefully. He did not have any food in his pockets, but his fingers smelled as if they had been holding some kind of meat recently. I licked them to make sure. Yes, this boy had been holding dog treats not long ago. "So what now?" asked the other boy. "I still got some beef jerky back at the car." So I bet I can get her to come with us. "Hey, girl, come on, come this way." I went for a walk with the boys. I didn't have my leash on, so I ran ahead while they strode along the trail. I understood that now I was with these boys, just as I'd been with Uncle Jose and Aunt Loretta for a little while. Maybe that's how it would be from now on. I'd be with other people for a few days at a time until I was back with Lucas at last. I could hear the boys talking to each other, and I learned that the sack boy was Warren, and his friend was Dude. We strolled through warm green grass to a car, and when Warren opened the car door, a delicious smell wafted out. The dog treats were in the car. We'd found the treats. I was so excited that I started spinning in circles. Want some beef jerky, girl? Warren asked. I could tell he was talking to me, so I sat down to show that I could be a good dog. Warren handed me a chewy, smoky piece of meat. I gulped it down. She's really hungry, Dude said, watching me. Me too, Warren answered him. Both of the boys ate some of the dog treats. That was odd. With all the wonderful food that humans can pick from, why would they take treats away from a deserving dog? So what, you have a dog now? Dude asked, chewing. Warren gave me more treats. Dude, no way. My mom wouldn't let me have a dog. So what are you going to do with her? Well, we can't just leave her out here, Warren said. She probably belongs to someone. I mean, she's got a collar. We could call somebody. My phone doesn't work out here. Yeah, mine doesn't work either. Look, I know. We'll get her in the car and drive to the sheriff's office. They can call her owners or whatever. Yeah, sure. All my attention was on the crinkly package in Warren's hand. There was still a little piece of dog treat in there. I wondered if he knew it. I was doing sit, and now I shuffled my weight from one paw to the other to signal that such excellent behavior deserved that last tiny treat. Warren opened the door of the car. Come on, girl, he called to me. I hesitated. I usually liked car rides, but this felt strange. Where would Warren and Dude take me? When Audrey had put me into her car, we'd gone far away from Lucas. Would that happen again? But then Warren rustled the bag and tossed the last dog treat into the back seat of the car, and I knew what to do. I bounded in after it. Warren and Dude got into the front seat, and that was it. We were off on a car ride. I lifted my nose to the crack in the window, pulling in the clear, clean smells from outside. I could tell we were heading toward a town because there were more and more scents in the air, packed closer together. But it wasn't the right town. It wasn't go home. After a while, we slowed, making a few turns, and then the car stopped. I went from one window to the other in the back seat, wagging, wondering what would happen next. So do we just go in with her? Dude asked. I don't know. No. Let's leave her in the car and go in and tell them we found a dog. See what they say. Suddenly, the window next to me slid down. I could get my entire head out now. Why'd you do that? Dude asked. Because it's sunny. You never leave a dog in a closed-up car in the sun. It heats up like 1,000 degrees. Warren leaned over the back of his seat and rubbed my head. Okay, girl, you stay here, okay? You'll be okay. I did not understand most of the words, but the tone was familiar, and so was the word okay. People said that word a lot when they were about to leave their dogs. Okay, Bella, Lucas would say, I have to go to school now. And that's what Warren and Dude did. They got out of the car and shut the doors behind them. We'll be back, I promise, Warren told me. They walked into a nearby building. They were gone.